The fluorescent lights of Pinecrest Middle's auditorium hummed like angry bees, and Maya's palms were sweating enough to irrigate the Sahara. On stage, the debate club captain droned on about fiscal responsibility and extracurricular priorities, but Maya barely heard him. Her index card, Three Reasons Pinecrest Debate Deserves Funding, felt damp and fragile in her hand. Behind her, Liam Carter snickered, loud enough for the front row to hear. Watch the ghost freeze again. Ghost, the nickname clung to her since 6th grade, when she turned invisible during her first oral presentation. Now, in 8th grade, nothing had changed. Principal Davies nodded at her. Maya, your testimony? She stood. 100 eyes pinned her like butterfly specimens. Her throat tightened. The words on her card blurred into gray smudges. Point 1. Silence followed her voice. Liam's smirk widened. Her knees trembled. Run, she fled. Detention smelled like stale sandwiches and regret. Maya slumped at a back table, burying her face in her arms. Miss Gupta, the monitor, barely glanced up from her crossword. Thwip, thwip, flick. A tiny paper airplane landed beside Maya's elbow. She unfolded it, flying too close to the sun. As she looked up, a boy with messy black hair and ink-stained fingers sat 2 tables over. He held up an origami crane, then pointed at her, tilting his head in question. Maya recognized him as Ezra, detention royalty, always sketching or folding paper into impossible shapes. He never spoke. Rumors said he'd taken a vow of silence after losing last year's debate finals. Maya shrugged, defeated. Ezra pulled a sheet of bright red paper from his battered notebook. His hands moved like magic, folding, creasing, tucking. In 30 seconds, he slid a perfect paper lion across the table. It roared silently, fierce, and unafraid. He pointed to Maya, then to the lion. Be brave. For the next week, Maya's afternoons bled into detention. Ezra became her silent coach. Each day, a new creature arrived. A crane, grace under pressure. Speak slow like wings, his note said. A tortoise, steady winds. Your ideas have strong shells. A honeybee, busy, purposeful. Buzz with facts. Ms. Gupta pretended not to notice Maya practicing speeches to empty chairs. The debate club fosters critical thinking. Maya whispered to a graffiti-scarred desk. It's, vital for... Her voice faltered. Ezra tossed her a coiled paper spring. It bounced wildly. Try again. He taught her tricks. Ground your feet. Breathe fire. Find your pride. But Liam's sneer haunted her. Ghost. The budget hearing reconvened. The auditorium felt colder, the lights harsher. The debate club's fate hung by a thread. Maya clutched Ezra's lion in her pocket, its edges sharp against her skin. She'd rewritten her speech 7 times. She knew it cold. Principal Davies adjusted his glasses. Final statements. Maya Vance. Maya stood. Her legs held. She found Ezra in the back corner. Detention attendees were allowed to observe. He gave a tiny nod, pride. But Pinecrest Debate Club isn't just about trophies, she began, voice thin but clear. It's about finding the courage to, Liam coughed. Ghost, her mind shattered. The careful words vanished. Blank white panic flooded in. She stared at Principal Davies, mouth dry, heart hammering like a trapped bird. Run, run. Ezra stood up. Slowly, deliberately, he unfolded a small square of yellow paper, folded, twisted, pinched. He held up his creation. A tiny, glowing paper light bulb. Click. Maya let go of the script. Debate club is for kids like me, she said, the words raw and real. Kids who feel invisible, who get called ghost because their voice disappears when they're scared. She didn't look at Liam. It's the place where we learn our words matter, where we practice being seen. She pulled Ezra's crumpled lion from her pocket, held it high. Its paper mane caught the light. This lion? A friend made it. He doesn't talk much, but he speaks through paper, and he taught me. Maya's voice strengthened, filling the silent room. That finding your voice doesn't always mean shouting. Sometimes it means unfolding what's inside you, piece by piece, even when it's scary. Especially then. Cutting debate? That's not just cutting funds. It's telling kids like us to stay folded up. To stay silent. She stopped. The auditorium held its breath. Principal Davies cleared his throat. The board will deliberate. 5 agonizing minutes later, debate club funding is renewed. Full allocation. Cheers erupted. The debate captain hugged Maya. That was, wow, just wow. Liam shuffled over, hands jammed in his pockets. He wouldn't meet her eyes. For the record, he mumbled, scuffing his shoe. That wasn't totally lame. The lion thing, it wasn't an apology. But it wasn't ghost. Outside, Ezra waited by the bike racks. He handed Maya one last creation, a perfect paper microphone, intricate and delicate. Maya pocketed it, finally understanding. Her voice wasn't meant to be folded away. It was meant to be held, open and ready, catching the light.